is Mayank and I'm going to take your session for this Ansible configuration and on Centos 7. And for this Ansible configuration, we required minimum 2 machine, where one machine you can install that Ansible controller that is called Ansible server, and another machine that need to be installed where we can perform the task. So actually Ansible is nothing, it's a deploying services or package to your host machine automatically when it is getting connected to your machine. So let's go and see how we can configure this Ansible on your machine. So guys, I have not made any configuration on this two server. I have just powered on it and connected through the putty. This white interface is for this Ansible controller, and this black is showing for host machine. So that's I have changed that setup because you guys not face any issue. For Ansible, we used to create two users. Either it is same user or different user, is doesn't matter. On Ansible host means Ansible server, and there is one user in Ansible host. So let's go and create that user first. So what is the command to add user add, suppose myself Mayank, I am adding a user called as Mayank, and I'm setting a password for this user. So I'm giving a password to this particular machine. Now I have set a user for this particular Ansible server. Same thing I will do it on host machine as well as user add. Or you want me to give the same user, or I can take a different user. Let's take, because it is nothing conceptual, like same user need to be created. You can create any users in both machine, like whatever depend upon your choice. So I can say user add user 01. I'm giving one username as user 01, and I'm adding it, and then I'm setting a password for this particular user 01. So now first target is to create a user on Ansible server, or one user in your host machine. So we have completed first step. Now what we have to do, this host machine user should be a must in wheel group, means he has some super user permission. So I'm doing one thing, it doesn't matter in Ansible your user is having that will group, it is in will group or not, but on host machine that user should be in will group. It's a must required that user should be in will group. So what should I do? User mod hyphen a capital G. I'm adding this user to wheel group, and say user 01. There is very good concept in between that I will tell you in between, in middle of this video. We have make this user as a super user, but there is a challenge. Well, you'll perform this Ansible, it will make you prompt you that for that password each and every time, so it won't allow you to deploy your Ansible to this machine any package. So we need some configuration change here, so that we'll see later. But let's go, and I'll make this user also super user so that we can perform some user task in while configuration. So we no need to worry it and switch on to that super user mod, and the user which I have created Mayank. Oh sorry, we are adding in will group, right? Okay. So here our target is completed. Now what we have to do, we have to switch this user to in will group, my account. currently I'm as a login as a root user, but I don't want to play with root account, so I'm just jumping out in my user which I have created now. So here my user is created where I am currently in my local host. Okay, right? So my first target is to install, this is a new raw machine, so I should say sudo yum install epl release. Hope you guys are must aware of this epl release, what it is and what is a task. It is nothing but is a package updater. Means if you are saying yum to install any package, it is installing that latest version. That's it. It is asking my sudo user password. Let's go and here's the user password. Yeah, it is going to download this epl release on this on my machine. Okay, so this epl need to be must need to be installed in your Ansible server, so that because this Ansible is going to instruct to our host machine to which package has been download or installed over there. If you have not moving through that latest package, so might be difficult for you. It won't some of our applications are not supporting some of application, so I should suggest you go with that latest upgraded package. So I think my internet is quite slow, so it is taking time. Almost it is 96. So guys, where we have just created two machine, and one we have pointed as a Ansible server and one we have pointed as a host. So what is our task? We are going to deploy some certain task on my host machine. Like any package need to be installed, I can install it through my host machine. So here EPL is really installed here. So what is my next task? I should say sudo to install Ansible package yum install hyphen y. I can say, I don't want to say every time yes Ansible. So there is no requirement to you should download or install any EPL package to a host machine, or you should download this Ansible package to your host machine, because we are configuring Ansible only one machine, and this machine will going to configure and do whatever the requirement for you. It will going to deploy according to your requirement, or whatever you have written the playbook. So guys, this is totally depend upon the Python. As you see on the screen, it is telling that downloading package Python, and it is understanding that language which is called YAML. So that we'll see. Let this package download first. So here one more thing I would like to know. I would like to tell you. So after until and unless this package is getting installed, we have to make a connection between my host machine and this my Ansible server. So how should I make a connection through that my host machine and my Ansible server? Through SSH. So we have to make some configuration, like whenever you are logging to a server, it is asking a password, right? So we are not supposed to sit every time in front of this Ansible server and say what is the password, what is the password. So we have a say to log in through without password. We have to go through that SSH. We'll generate some key gain for this particular user, and we'll throw it to that host machine. So while login, it won't ask you any password to get login. I'll see you. Let this package install, then I will take care of this Ansible SSH configuration. So meanwhile it is getting downloaded. So can I pause my video? No. Okay, let's go, and it's already downloaded here. First target is to set a host name for this particular machine. So what should I say? Host name, I can say Ansible. .com. Let's assume my host name is Ansible. It's depend upon you what you can give that host name here. So it is not necessary you should give that Ansible.com. So currently you must be a root user. Sorry guys, I forget I'm working with a normal user. Okay, so let's say a host name, yeah, Ansible.com, but this is a temporary host name for this particular machine. If we want to make it permanent, where we should make this entries, we should make it in /etc/host file. Okay, if I go here, I can say insert, and what is my IP? 192.168.0.11. What my domain name, sorry, host name is ansible.com. Okay, so let's go and save this file. So now if I say to make this host name permanent, I should exit this, or I should say log out, log off, because I'm as a normal user, I logged in as a root user. I will go, I will exit it out, I will say host name. Why I'm doing it? Because I'm making my user as a permanent, host name as a permanent, sorry. So you have to just exit out or log out to your current machine and log in. That will make your host name permanent over there. So what is my task? We have set the host name for this machine, and that is called ansible.com, right? So in host also we have to do the same. We have to set some host name to this particular machine. Currently I am logged in with a root user. I should say user 01. Oh my god, I have given one space here, right? Currently I'm working with, yes, right. So what is my task now? Sudo vi, or I can say hostname, hostname, sudo hostname. I can give this machine hostname as Ansible host.com. You must give this root password here. Okay, sorry, sudo password I have given. This is a first time login prompt for sudo user. So it is telling is a with great power comes with great responsibility, so you are must aware of your responsibility. Okay, let's skip this part. And what is our target? To see host name, that is Ansible here, and we need to make it permanent. What should I do? I should say etc host, and I can make that entries here. It doesn't matter whether 192.168.0.12. I guess I need to check this IP, because just remember this IP, that's why I'm giving blindly. Host ansiblehost.com, right? ansiblehost.com. If I say come out, okay, it won't telling me to come out. Okay, so, oh my god, I think I have just entered with normal user here. Okay, right, sudo ansible hostname. So I should say insert. What is my target? To set a hostname for this machine 168.0.12, and this host name says Ansible host.com. So what is host name? Host name is Ansible host.com. Here I have given host name as a Ansible host name on my server machine, and here I have added with host, so you guys can understand which one is a server and which one is a host. So our first target is to make the connection between these two machines. So let's say, one second, IPADDR. So okay, my machine is 12. Okay, this one is IPADDR. So okay, this is 11. Very good. Now what we have to do, we have to say, like, I can do that SSH to this machine without any problem. 12, sorry, I could log into this user 01, and this is, let's go. Okay, yes, it is asking me that password. Okay, it is allowing me to log in, sorry. So I just came out, means that connection between two machine is proper. So I need to remove this authentication. When it is asking for that password, I need to remove. Then what should I do? I should say SSH. Then we need to generate keygen. So what is the command? SSH hyphen key. So what it will do is another interesting thing. So guys, we must care of it. Is telling the generating a public a private RSA key pair. Enter the file name which wish to save the file keys. It is by default saving on home mayank.ssh directory. It's a hidden directory, and in that file ID RSS. I don't want to give any special file name or any special path, so I will simply hit that enter. So it will take that path and it will take the file name by default. Here this is most important. Enter the passes pair and empty for no passes pair. Means what is this? This is called, you, if somebody copied your keys from that host machine, so you should protect that key with that password. Even though somebody has copied that keys, they are not able to use it. So this is the security level. If you want to give the password, passes pair key password, you can give it here, and you can give it remember it. Because if you forget this password here, so you have to do again that SSH, you have key again, you have to generate, you have to push it to that host machine. If you forget that machine, if forget that password, because there is no possibility to set the reset that password for this keygen. So I'm not setting any password here, I'm just taking default here. It is nothing, it is just for a password for. So my machine has created one keygen for pairing two machine here. So what should I do? I should paste this keygen to that my local host machine. So what should I say? I said say SSH hyphen copy hyphen id, and what is my machine? It is named as sorry, what is user we have created to that machine? Okay, it is user 01, right? User 01, and I can see that machine IP 192.168.12. So if I say hit that enter, it will go and copy that file to that machine, but currently where I am in my localhost user. Let's say ls-l. I can see any hidden file is there. No, there's no hidden file over there. But before I can say I can show you something. ls-l, after this key generation I can see there is a SSH directory has been created. Let's go to this directory and see what are the contents are there. If I say clear ls-l, you can see this id underscore rsa, this id underscore rsa dot pub is automatically created in this directory. If we say cat id underscore rsa dot pub, you can see only encrypted thing. You can't see that what is the what is the common pairing key for this particular machine. So nobody should read this password. That's why my motto is to show you this file. So let's go to my home directory and do our task. So what is my task? To copy this SSH key to my local host. So I can say SSH copy ID, which user we have created, user 01 at the rate 192.168.0.12. Okay, if I say hit enter, okay, it is asking me that password because it's trying to paste that copy that common pairing key. That's why it is asking me that password. So it is telling that number of key added 1. Now try to login machine with SSH user 01 and this particular machine. We'll see that, but first our target is, let's see ls-ls. Sorry, now you can see that SSH directory is getting created here. So if you go inside, then same file will be showing over there. So let's leave it. You'll go here. So what is the motto? We have just tried to make a pair so that we can log into that machine without any authentication. Let's go and say SSH user 01 at the rate 192.168 dot, oh sorry, 168.0.12. This is my host IP and it should not ask me any password. Let's go and see. Yes, I can able to log into this user 01 without any password, right? You guys can understand? Yes. So now our target is, we have made the connection between two machines. I'll just exit out from this particular machine because we have to perform the our task to deploy a service to this machine. So let's go. If I say rpm sudo, let's see, rpm-qa grep httpd, it's a my web Apache web service daemon. Let's see, is there, okay, no packages are installed over there. Okay, so what should I show? I can create one file here and I can deploy this service to this my host machine. So what should I do? I should say I can create one file, but before creating one file we need to make some configuration change here. Like we have to define the host to our my Ansible local host where we have defined. So we should go and define my host there, etc slash host. Okay, if we say, it will ask you that password. Okay, here I'm adding my another host here, like it got to know where to go. Oh shit, 168.0.12. And what is the name? Ansible localhost.com. So we have defined our local host machine over there. Let's go and try to write some code here, like to deploy a service to this machine. But before that, we can check whether this machine can able to perform this, and they have some ping pong commands that we will see. And here one point I have said, like we will discuss you later, like if we writing any playbook, so if you say that Ansible playbook and that playbook name, it won't going to assign the service to that particular group, a particular host machine. Why? Because there is a issue when you say you user sudo or you are giving some command, it is asking for authentication like password. So it should not ask any password. What should I do? I need to make this user to that no password cell. So what should I do? I should say sudo, okay, sudo vim sudo. It is asking me that password. Okay, so here what should I do? I need to search with wheel group. See, so what we have to do here, it is saying that all peoples or group run all commands, and below that you can see without password. So what should I do? I have to uncomment this line and I have to comment this line. So it won't going to ask you password while running anything to this machine. So what should I do? I should say one second. I could create, this is a this Ansible understand a YAML extension, a YAML file, a YAML language. So my target is to install Apache to that host. This extension we are giving you to understand this is a YAML uh, language, so that you can not confuse over there, because if I give that simple text file here, so it might be confusing for you. So what should I do? I should say the way of writing YAML, three dots on that. Even though you know that cells script, this YAML script is very easy to understand. So what is my target? To give host, sorry, in YAML the syntax mistake you have to just control it, otherwise it will make you pain like anything. Host colon Ansible, which where we need to deploy on that host machine. So we should say the same host name what we have said, Ansible host dot com, means where it has to go and deploy this. Okay, so earlier we used to give her sudo is equal to yes, but now in latest version we are not giving this, we are coming become is equal to, sorry, is yes, means it is not asking to. Earlier we used to say sudo become sudo yes. So what is my task is to install a machine with name install httpd, because we are giving the daemon name. किससे from which service you want to, if it is Ubuntu, then you need to say apt, but it's CentOS, I can say yum here. Oh no, why it is telling name is equal to httpd update underscore. Boss, sorry guys, you have to learn this YAML writing of a script so that I can create another videos for how to writing playbooks, that I will take you through basics, because currently our task is to install Ansible here. So I'm taking a one very small example for you guys to understand. State. So here we have written our YAML task. Okay, I could say no tab space. Okay, that is enough, because it will say syntax error that I won't. I'm not failing to get this. Okay, okay. So I can say first what we need to see. If you are not familiar with Ansible, then you can say Ansible help. You can get all extension here, what you should say, what B says become, what K says become a pass and privilege escalation password. These all are options like syntax check, hyphen syntax check. If I say where is syntax check, you guys are seeing anywhere? Yeah, see, there's an option called as whatever the you have written the playbook, is it correct or not, you should check with this syntax. So I'm just checking my syntax. Ansible, sorry, Ansible hyphen playbook. Then what we have to see, my file name. My file name is Apache, sorry, Apache dot yml. Then I can say syntax check. So it is telling task is not valid attribute or play. So I did mistake over there. I'll see what are the mistakes I have did. Okay, Apache, spelling mistake. So task is like tsk task. This task. Oh, I have missed one spelling here. I could see tasks. Okay, let's go and try to run this. It says in replace mode. I can, yeah. Yes, it is telling your syntax is correct, means I'm ready to perform my task. But first we have to check whether my Ansible is able to connect to that my host machine or not. So what should I say? Ansible Ansible all hyphen m and hyphen ping. It will say false and it won't say anything. Why? Because we have not made any configuration change. What should I say? I should say sudo Where's the configuration file for Ansible? It is in /etc Ansible, and the file name is called host. Here you can see, okay, it is asking me that password. Okay, if I give this password, there's some segments they have defined, like for web server, for database server. If you have any other extra group, you can create this, copy that line and paste it here, and you can give your own group name. But I don't want to give, I just want to enter in this first line. I could say what I should say. I could say the host name of my host name, a host machine. So Ansible host.com. Let's go, because it's going to read by default that host file. If you say -ping m, it will say, it's a first time. Okay, it will say yes. Yes, now it is telling that Ansible is unreachable, that SSH permanently added Ansible host. So we should do something here. We can create vi host. In my current present working directory, I can say Ansible, sorry, Ansible host.com, Ansible host.com. Why it is doing Apache everything is correct, then why it is the connection is public key, or it is not? Let's go and try to do the SSH here. Okay, let's do one thing, and system CTL, because it is not allowing me to go inside CTL, the status of firewall D dot services. If I say it is active and running, let's go and stop this firewall service. Stop. Okay, if I say status, it is dead. Okay, the same thing I will do here, so that we got to know why it is not telling system CTL the status firewall D dot services active and running. So I should say stop. Okay, now if I say on this Ansible -ping m, false, permission deny, public key rn is true, change false, white is we have copied that file in this machine. Okay, we can go and read this file .ssh, sorry, ls-l, ls-la. Okay, authorized key is there, then what is the challenge? Let's go and try to do SSH here. SSH user 01 192.168.0.12. If I say, yeah, it is allowing me to log in, but why it is not allowing me to ping that machine? Okay, let's go and check whether we have made any mistake or not. ls-l, Apache host is there. What command we have running? Ansible all -m-p -fn. I can say Ansible host -i sorry, could not match. Okay, if I say host, could not match. If I say my Ansible host .com, then what it's telling, Ansible localhost.com is not reachable, then I should see my DNS things are working or not. Then say sudo vi /etc/host Ansible, okay, host.com, right? 11 and 12, it is there. Okay, that is right. Then what is the challenge to make this permission? Why fail to connect host via SSH? Permission denied, public key. Okay, what we have did. So we need to see, guys, what are the challenge here. So guys, sorry for interruption, and I identify that issue. Currently we what we are doing it that SSH key is not working for a different user, so I have created a user called as Mayank, same at it is whatever the user I have created in my Ansible machine, and I have given the credential. Currently I have created one user here, Mayank, and my host machine, and currently I logged in with Mayank and my local machine. So I did this troubleshooting. I had just copied my SSH ID to this machine with a Mayank home directory that has been created here. Let's say ls-l means show all hidden files. See that SSH file is created here. Now if I say Ansible hyphen all hyphen m, and I can say ping. See, I am getting that successful connection here, but here I have not mentioned one thing. I should add this user. Let me go to the become a root user so that I can make a modification here. I will need to add this main user to a wheel group user mod hyphen a capital G wheel home main. Okay, and now we have to do that configuration change vi sudo. Here what we have to do, we have to say passwordless authentication. See that first time what we have did, we have uncommented, so it is showing this user is added in wheel group without password. Okay, so I'm going out. Let's go and deploy our Ansible whatever we have written for this Apache server YAML file, YAML script. It is nothing but it is just similar with our sales script. If you have good grasp on sales script, you can perform that easily task here. So let's see what are the file we have created here for Apache web server. We have created apache.yml, right? Let's go and read this Apache YML. I have defined this hostname.com, and become is right, and I'll go with everything is looks good. So what should I do? I should check that syntax, that command called as Ansible hyphen playbook, then name of that file Apache, YAML is the extension, then hyphen hyphen syntax, and check. Okay, it's telling that key my syntax is correct. If I have some issues, it will give some output with the error. So no need to worry. Now we are ready to move our Apache script to that host machine. Let's go and see rpm-qa grep pipe sttpd. Let's see, is there any package installed? No. Okay, so I became a main user. It's no issue because if you logged in or not, it doesn't matter. But okay, so now what we have to do, we have to push this Ansible file here. So if I say Ansible playbook Apache, if I hit this command, if I am not make a modification on sudo or file, that it will throw you error. Otherwise I have to, if I have not make that sudo or file change, if I kept it as with authentication base, then I should use that option -b-k. And if you go with this help page Ansible -help, you can get to know how to use that option. Even though it's B denotes to run, the operator becomes does not imply password prompt over there, means it will telling to do not prompt that password while executing this file, and they ask for password privilege escalation password. So guys, this options you have to read, and you have to know about each and every option, then you'll then it will help you to execute some file. So what mistake I'm doing it, I'm creating that different user. I'm trying to do with different with a different user, but it didn't take my that user, and it won't allow me to ping that machine. I will see, I will check, and I will get back to you to how to create another user to that machine and work with this Ansible. So currently our target is deploy this Ansible Apache YAML book, play Apache. If I say, see that playbook is going to install. Okay, Ansible host is .com is okay. Installing httpd, yes. Let's see what is the output is coming here. So it is taking too much time while installation. I don't know what is happening wrong here. Sudo rpm -q. Why sudo? Okay, it is telling me it took a little long time, but it is telling okay, changes one means that httpd file has been installed to that machine, so it is saying that changes one, and reachable, if it is giving some value, it means unreachable or failed, you have some get some value here. So can we see whether that Apache package is available on my host machine or not? Oh sorry, then grep. Yes, I can see there is a Apache HTTPD files are available in my host machine. How it is available? I have just deployed this machine, this package through Ansible. So guys, hope this video will help you. If it will help you, then I'll request you to please hit the like button and subscribe it, and I'll try to fix that issue while if we have some different user on host machine, so can we able to perform through that Ansible or not. I will just check and I'll get back to you in next video. So I'll request you to subscribe my channel, and just give that good feedback so that I will also get some good concept and good videos to you that will help you. So guys, thank you for your valuable time. Have a nice day.